Preparing for your Pilates exam without stress over 6 months and answering one question each day means learning to read muscles beyond their names and teaching Pilates the way Joseph Pilates intended it to be passed on to others. I originate from the ischial tuberosity at the level of the common tendon of the hamstrings. I then travel downward, posteriorly and medially along the thigh to insert primarily on the posterior surface of the medial tibial condyle. Some of my fibers also send an expansion toward the posterior capsule of the knee and contribute to the oblique popliteal ligament. At the hip, I contribute to hip extension and adduction of the thigh. At the knee, I produce flexion, and when the knee is flexed, I ensure medial rotation of the tibia. I am also a key stabilizer. I protect the posteromedial aspect of the knee and control shear forces when the leg is loaded. My innervation comes from the tibial nerve, a division of the sciatic nerve, primarily from L5 to S2. On the reformer, you clearly feel me in feet and straps, especially in frogs and circles. I work in synergy with the adductors to keep the pelvis stable, control the return of the carriage, and prevent the knees from opening without control. I stabilize the axis. I guide. I decelerate. On the Cadillac, in leg presses with the bottom springs, I control the movement during flexion. I work eccentrically to slow the descent, protect the back of the knee, and prevent the pelvis from losing its organization. On the ladder barrel, in the bicycle, I coordinate. It is not always easy to flex one knee while bringing the other leg into extension. I synchronize hip and knee, stabilize the pelvis, and keep the movement fluid, precise, and continuous. On the arc barrel, in the oblique can-can, I perform my most important functions at the same time, hip extension and knee flexion. On the spine corrector, in the grasshopper, I have a dual role, extension and flexion, and I work against gravity. On the chair, in footwork, I am active at all times and fully in control. I work continuously to maintain knee alignment, pelvic stability, and precision on the return without locking or collapsing. So, have you guessed it? The visual answer can be found on page 98 of the book, Anatomy and Pilates, Review and Exam Preparation, the Body from Head to Toe, with all corrections and a fully corrected mock exam by Caroline Berger de Femini, available in bilingual French and English editions on Amazon. Good luck with your exam preparation. If this podcast helps you in your practice or your exam preparation, please leave me 5 stars on Apple Podcasts or other platforms. It's quick, free, and it helps enormously to introduce it to other Pilates enthusiasts. Thank you for your support.